Welcome to the Season 20 LGAHL Award Show here on LeagueGaming.com. I am a part of the hosting panel for this awards presentation. I'm F5 Penguin. You may have not heard from me in a while, baby things, if you've been following along. So I'm here now, first show in a long time. I'm excited. I'm joined by the crack staff, the best of the best, Mr. Sports Writer himself, Rushpac. Hey, Rush.
Hello.
You doing all right, man?
Yeah, much like Podcast Friday, I got roped in just for being around.
This is what happens. This is what going to the Olympics got you right here. This is what living for it is, Rush. This is what it is. I have.
All right, I'm back.
You're back. Well, that's good. So
this is good because now I should be good for a good amount of time.
Oh, did your internet kick out?
Yes, that's what happened.
Good.
So now I should. Yeah.
And joining me here, I guess I should intro her too. LeafyTV is here. Hey, Leafy.
Hi.
Hey, well, welcome. So she missed the whole intro because her internet apparently kicked out. That's fine. You're here now, so that's good.
Yes.
I was going to introduce you last, but way to just barge into my introduction list here. That's fine. And then, of course, last but not least, especially last now because, you know, the little one has to interrupt, we have Tiddus.
Hey, Penguin. How are you?
I'm great. I know you also have a little one, a little older than mine, but a little one nonetheless.
Couple weeks. I got you beat there. Just by a couple weeks.
Just by a couple weeks.
She's actually awake and coughing.
I hear that. That's fantastic. So she's ready for the award show. Mine is sleeping in a bouncer. So we're going to kick this thing off and get it underway. But first, I like to make sure we thank a couple of people beforehand. Bryson, 66, and Crosby for putting on an amazing LGAHL award show. And we feel we must do this one just the same. So, Leafy, before we begin, just as they should in every award show that I've done, how about you go into a little bit of detail on a broad scale of how we picked the winners so we get less of a trolley response in the forums once we post this show?
All right. So there are a few of us that I handpicked for the awards committee. And I made a spreadsheet with all of the awards and the different categories for statistics. And so every single one of us filled out our own spreadsheet for, we all picked 4 nominees. And then once we were all done with it, I gave, everybody had a couple weeks because we started really early. And then once we were all done with it, we got in a party. Everybody made their cases for their player. We took votes and eventually we just came to our decisions. It was... the winners were actually pretty mutually agreed upon, which was nice actually.
So you feel you're confident that these are the best choices for the award winners?
Yeah, and we really go into very advanced stats when we look at these, and we have all of them side by side, and with multiple people picking their own players, we can really see everybody who could be eligible, and then we can really, closely compare each and every person.
Fantastic. So first and foremost, then, let's go ahead and get some of the obvious award winners out of the way. The team taking home the Calder Cup. If you haven't heard yet on the forums, the AHL forums are known for their tenacity, Rush, we'll call it, right? That tenacity is a good word.
Yes, +1 for you.
+1 for me. Norfolk
I wouldn't even call it tenacity. You just got to call it what it is. Chirpiness.
It's just chirpiness. That's right. The Norfolk, and as I've been calling them, the Admirables, admirably taking home the Calder Cup. And I know that I don't think, Rush, we won a game against Norfolk when we played them all season.
That sounds about right.
I think Leafy was in net for 2 of them, and I let her down miserably. I did a really good job at that.
Would that be one of the games where you chopped your own puck into the net?
That would be. I think that was one of them. I believe.
See, you and I, we can take credit for I think demoralizing Leafy so much that she's taken the summer season off.
I think you're right. I didn't even realize that, Leafy. You're not playing in the summer season.
I am not.
Well, that's 'cause
one of the main reasons would be the internet that I'm currently dealing with.
That's true. That's a good point. You're
That's
not
her nickname for F5 Penguin, the internet.
the Mr. Internet himself, F5 Penguin. Of course, Norfolk also takes home the Richard F. Canning Trophy. Naturally, not a challenge there. These are easy ones, at least to begin with. Over on the West, Milwaukee Admirables as well. See, it's an admirable season 20. That's what it is. I can say it nicely. See this? It's not chirpiness. It's not tenacity. It's admirable. The Admirables both win the trophies. Does that work?
Yeah, I guess that works. Yeah.
That works. Perfect. Robert W. Clark Trophy to the Milwaukee Admirables. Now, the best overall record, McGregor Kilpatrick Trophy, and I'm going to do my best to not butcher any of these names. Please correct me here. Also is awarded to the Admirables on Norfolk for the best regular season record. I tell you, for us, and three of us here, Tiddus is not in this group, but the three of us here played on one team for the better half of a season, and we did not have the best overall record based on points at all. So, and I don't know what that's like. Like, I've never won a trophy in this league ever, and I don't like that.
I've given out trophies.
Yes, and I've won a trophy in the FIFA league, but I've never won a trophy here. Leafy, have you won trophies? I say that obviously rhetorically.
I mean, I was like a divisional champion
Maybe.
in the AHL one time.
You were that. You were a Stanley Cup champion, right?
Yeah, that was true.
How'd that feel?
It was good.
It was good. Your answers.
It was fun. It was definitely.
It was good.
It was definitely a fun season. I had a good time on that team. It was really it was just a fun time.
See, I don't know what that's like, so I'm hoping this season's different. But anyway, Norfolk taking.
I can tell you, it's very nice. I went from no trophies to 5 after this season.
5 trophies, Titus.
Yeah, I really have to thank my guys on Norfolk, for overcoming the burden of carrying me for the entire season.
That's a burden, for
and
sure.
Still being able to pull down all those trophies this season. It was really nice. So a big shout out to my guys there.
Yeah, how'd they do that, man? I mean, you of all people, like they have to carry you. That's like carrying Rushpac.
Very large backpack. BK Knots. I mean, the man's a machine when it comes to a backpack. I mean, he's carrying Cronksy and Parsi at the same time, and then you throw me in there.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So let's jump into the actual individual awards here, Leafy. We have the John B. Sollenberger Trophy, awarded to the player who leads the league in total points at the end of the regular season. So that was pretty easy too, right?
Yeah. Yes. The winner of that was Parsi. He came out with the win with the last game of the season. It was a close race between him and Dake the guy, but he pulled it out.
From a personal standpoint, I am okay with not filling Dank's head any more than it has to be filled already. So that's good for me, at least. Titus?
I can't comment on the personal level with that. However, from the team standpoint in that last game, it was pretty much everybody feed Par the puck as much as possible.
Was that the game plan going into it?
Yes. Yeah, it legitimately was the game plan. Get Par the puck as much as possible and do whatever you had to do.
If I take a page out of Rush's book, we did it. You did it. It worked. It's fantastic. Willie Marshall Award, awarded to the top goal scorer in the regular season. Again, pretty straightforward, Leafy.
Yeah, and the winner of that was CT66. Very good effort by him.
Perfect. How many goals was that? I don't have it on my sheet here. You don't even know. See, you got to come prepared, Leafy. I'm throwing the hardball questions now.
Sorry, I've never done this.
How many goals? You did do this before. We did this for the All-Star game.
It's really tough.
Well, if you don't want to, throw out the number of goals, I can tell you the number of times he coned my D partner in one game.
How many times is that?
5.
5 times in one game.
Yeah, poor Mr. Perfect. I mean, he kind of got. I mean, yeah.
Rush, how does that feel to get coned 5 times in a game?
Having seen it happen to you, it doesn't look like it feels very
It's not a fun thing. No, it's not a fun thing.
Yeah, you know what? I can remember my first season in an AHL ECU game. I believe Dr. D undressed me for 5 goals in one game. It was like my second ever AHL game, and I got schooled, as the kids say.
How did
that night?
How did your butt feel after that?
It got iced with a nice cold beer.
After Dr. Jones, you
Yeah, it's a bad thing when Dr. D coned you, that's for sure.
By the way, 61 goals for CT.
61? Jeez, that's a lot. All right, so...
It was 59 in the regular season. But yeah,
okay, yeah, you know what I'm looking at.
Really impressive.
Really impressive, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Harry Hap Holmes Memorial Award is awarded to the goalkeeper having played a minimum of 25 games for the team with the fewest goals scored against it in the regular season. All goaltenders who have played at least 25 games with the fewest goals allowed to share the award. This went to...
Crawfish. I mean, he just had an absolutely stellar season. Just... it's not really a surprise. I mean, he's always been a very talented goalie, but...
When you say "but," I expect you to finish the thought there, Leafy. This is good.
I don't really know where I was going with that.
Fair enough. It doesn't matter. Jack A. Butterfield Trophy awarded to the most valuable player for his team in the playoffs. So this is chosen by the GM of the Calder Cup winning Norfolk Admirables, and he decided that Leafy. Nope, I think we have internet troubles for Leafy over here.
GM of the Calder Cup winning Norfolk Admirables chose Cronksy as the playoff MVP.
Perfect. And Tiddus, you want to comment on that for me?
Basically in the playoffs, Cronksy really picked it up for us after having a really good season. He kind of took the backpack from BK there in the playoffs, especially in the finals. And, he just basically said we weren't going to lose. And, especially playing against Milwaukee, they really kind of threw something different at us and kind of threw us off our game a little bit. But Cronksy wasn't going to be denied getting that Calder.
And he got it. That's the key. So congrats to Cronksy, of course. And now we get to the situation here where not just statistics take over for these awards that we're sure to get a lot of hate from through the community that we do this for free for, the community that we bust our butts for and put a lot of effort into for these things. You're welcome ahead of time for that. The Les Cunningham Award, the league's MVP. Leafy, the criteria for this was extensive.
Oh yeah, it was very extensive. To say the least, we basically looked at points, goals, assists, plus minus, and very important points per game, and then also all those stats divided into playoff teams and non-playoff teams, what they look like, and also what we did was we looked at how many games these players had. I think 6 or more points against non-playoff teams, those big blowout wins, just to see how much their stats were, kind of skewed a little bit. But I mean, obviously that still counts. It wasn't a big factor, but anyways. Then we also looked at the record, which is obviously a big factor. Line mates, just to see what kind of players these nominees were playing with. Strength of schedule, seeing how good are the teams they were playing, and what we did there is we added up all the conference seeds that they played and then divided it by the number of games played, and their just team performance, which really wasn't a huge factor, actually not really much of a factor at all, but just to see how good their team was, just to take that into perspective.
Got it. So all things said, we had a couple of nominees here. If you want to quickly read over the nominees for me.
Yes, we had Cronksy from Norfolk, Lan Miranda from Bridgeport, Parsi from Norfolk also, and Ennis 63 from Springfield.
And the winner of the league MVP Les Cunningham Award goes to
Mr. Lan Miranda from Bridgeport.
which is exciting for a lot of reasons, because Lan was an interesting, I don't want to say dark horse, but a ninja of the playoffs and into the season. It's just he kind of came up out of nowhere, 18-2-2 for the record, and running with a guy like Craig B, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, I mean, that's very true. And one thing that we really looked at when we were doing this award is that we were, seeing to check the impact that the player made. We were trying to see if you took out this player from the team, how would it really look? And so we really felt that, aside from all the stats, which he was really, truly dominant, that he really made the biggest impact on the team.
Definitely. And Lan does make an impact on a team, I will say. I mean, Tiddus, you can speak on at least Cronksy and Parsi, who've already won awards. Definitely impactful players. Your thoughts on Lan Miranda taking home the gold there?
Well, I mean, I can actually look at it a couple of different ways, but kind of as an observer and playing against Lan this season and in seasons past, it's understandable why he deserves this award. If you take Lan off of Bridgeport, and I love you, man, but I'm sorry, Lan not on that team, they don't make the playoffs. Plain and simple. They also don't make as deep of a run in the playoffs as they do. They don't get past Hartford. And then they don't take us to, game 6, I think. I can't remember how long our series went. But, there are few people more skilled than Lan, and he's a difference maker no matter where he is. And, Cronksy and Parr, they could have easily won it as well. I think it was a very, very tough field to kind of choose a winner for this award this season because of the players involved. And I'm looking at all of the stuff that they're making these selections based on, and I can tell you it's some pretty advanced stuff, and it's kind of making my head spin. So I really appreciate all the work that they put into it. I wish it was one of my guys from my teams, but I can get behind Lan with this. For the simple fact, you take Lan off that team, they're not the same team.
I would agree, definitely. And Rush, how many of these guys scored goals on you and I this season? I lost count at like 150 goals total scored.
I don't remember anyone scoring against us.
We were that good.
We were that good, or we were maybe just that not paying attention.
No, I was that good.
That's right. Leafy carried us the entire time. I don't know how she played third defender, but she did what Maxwell could never do. So that's good. Speaking of defenders here, the Eddie Shore Award awarded to the AHL's best defenseman. Leafy, some similar criteria when it came to picking out this award as well.
Yeah. Well, obviously we did look at their offensive production, but the really main thing that we were looking at here was their goals against average. And I know it kind of sounds weird to think of a defenseman as having a goals against average, but we actually went through every single game, added up how many goals against they had using their plus minus, and divided it by the number of games they played and figured it out. And then we also separated that out from playoff teams, non-playoff teams. Obviously, their offensive stats did play a factor. Offensive stats can be important. Then, of course, record, line mates, and once again, strength of schedule.
So the nominees for the Eddie Shore Season 20 AHL Award goes to...
The nominees were Golgi Grew from Norfolk, once again, Smitter from Hartford, Deligan from Syracuse, and J-Rod is awesome from Hamilton.
J-Rod is awesome for sure. And the winner of the award is...
Smitter from Hartford.
And that one's definitely interesting as far as the wins there. Can you break in why you guys went with him over, say, Golgi from Norfolk?
Yeah. Well, for one thing, his their goals against averages were very, very close. And it was just he played more games and still had their stats were still so similar, like so incredibly similar, almost identical. And we were just very impressed by the fact that he, out of 28 games, like a full season of 28 games, he only played 8 games versus non-playoff teams, which was just incredible, having still a 2.29 goals against average. And I think the fact that Goldgie played less games was a killer, but also the fact that Smitter had a harder schedule. That was also a pretty major factor in picking him for the winner.
Makes sense to me. Congratulations to Smitter. Moving on quickly here to the Aldej Bastian Memorial Award to the league's top goaltender. Same criteria applied here, Leafy, unless you see some interesting points you want to make on what you guys used to select the winner.
No, it was pretty straightforward, just looking at save percentage, goals against average, and shutouts for, overall production, playoff, non-playoff, and the same stuff, record, line mate, strength, schedule.
So the nominees are?
Krabby Crawfish from Hartford, Mike from Norfolk, Rapitis, sorry if I said that wrong, from Hamilton, and Bishes Love Hosa from Iowa.
Bishes do love Hosa. Just as a side note. I like that because I'm a Tampa fan. Anyway, the award for the Aldej Bastian Memorial Award goes to
Krabby Crawfish from Hartford.
I like him. I like Krabby. He was a tough competitor down there in Hartford, and I have to give him major credit. Just watching some of the top 10 plays and some of the submitted clips, it's like unreal some of the things he was doing out there that should have went in, and whether it be EA or not. Even with a 7.77, he's lucky with a save percentage, 2.5 GAA. I really like that.
I mean, truth be told, when we were deciding this was probably another one of the closer awards to decide. I mean, all 4 of these boys really just had an incredible seasons. And, Krabby his playoff and non-playoff performances were just very similar, and then he also played a harder schedule than all the rest of the nominees. It really just put him over the top.
Definitely. Rush, your thoughts? Putting you on the spot.
Oh, yeah, sorry. You have to look at the strength of schedule. The goals against average is very impressive. In virtual hockey, it's a lot different than real life NHL. I always look at save percentage over goals against. And I kind of view it the other way in virtual hockey because sometimes you just don't get a lot of shots. So if you can save 9 of 10 and have that 1 goals against average and the 90 save percentage, and the 5 shutouts again in a virtual hockey is very good because no one's going to buy a video game where you don't score goals. And sometimes as defensemen we know this, and Leafy knows this as a goaltender, you do everything right and it's still going to squeak through. So putting up 5 whitewashes is very impressive, and as well as 19 wins against the playoff team.
Definitely.
Or playoff teams.
Definitely. So let's move on here to the Pavel Datsyuk Award to the forward who best excels in the defensive aspects of the game. And I can't come up with, I see the list here, the nominees, and I can't come up with too many more people that really see defense as an important thing, at least as a forward here, Leafy. So what are some of the key things that you guys looked at when picking this winner?
Low penalty minutes, high plus minus, good face-off percentages. Oh, well, for centers, we did consider wingers, but this is a word that we used in the other league that was modeled after the Selke that I wanted to bring back for the AHL. And so we did look at wingers, but the Selke is traditionally geared towards center, so high face-off percentage for centers. Goals against average, once again, was a major factor, just like with the defenseman. And then personal penalty kill efficiency, that is an advanced stat of one of ours, and it's, then obviously record, line mate, straight schedule, same stuff.
All right, so we have the nominees here, and they are.
Nominees are Arnuni from Hartford, Ennis from Springfield, Craig from Bridgeport, and the Broche from Providence.
So your winner, Mr. Datsuk Award for the, which I'm also going to call the LeafyTV Award for bringing it back here, goes to
Arnuni from Hartford.
Which I'm not surprised by. I mean, I've played against him. I've seen clips. I've seen a lot of game footage from Hartford, particularly for some strange reason, and I'm really impressed. Just the back checking and the ability to just pick up the play and make it work in the defensive zone is just outstanding from him.
Yeah, and his face-off percentage was better than all the rest, and his goals against average was just outstanding.
Yeah, I tell you, in a game where you have centers who are all pretty good at being a center, when you're up 7% over half, you're more than 50-50, you got to be doing a better job than anybody else, and it's proof there. You win the face-off, you can get a better chance of winning the game. It just comes down to it. So it definitely avoids the whole one-timer in the defensive zone clapper for the goal that seems to get even the best goaltenders once in a while. So winning that face-off is crucial, and my hat's off to, as I've been calling him because I can't read, A. Rooney, and even though I know there's another N in the name, so that's good. I want to quickly get into the Fred T. Hunt Memorial Trophy, which is interesting to me because this is awarded to the player who exhibited outstanding sportsmanship and gentlemanly conduct combined with a high standard of playing ability, which to me just translate to not being a jerk on the forums, but apparently you guys put a lot of work into picking out the criteria for this.
Well, kind of. In the actual AHL, this award is awarded a little differently, but it was kind of complicated to come up with criteria for that. So since it sort of had the same description as the Lady Bing, we kind of went with that. Okay. Which, I mean, and don't get me wrong, site and league conduct was definitely a factor. No jerks. These nominees are not jerks. These are, good people. And but stats would be low penalty minutes, low hits, and then also a high production value on offense.
So hashtag no jerks. The nominees are
Ennis from Springfield, Army of One from Binghamton, Sebi also from Binghamton, and hold on, sorry, the Red Serpent also from Binghamton.
So just Binghamton. Yeah. Are a bunch of no jerks.
Yes.
That's good.
What a posh team.
But so how come we ended up with Binghamton kind of taking over all of the nominees there?
I mean, their stats are so impressive. I mean, you look at Sebi, 1 hit. How does that even happen? Like, you just accidentally run into someone and you get a hit. But this guy comes out of the season, 1 hit.
And 76 points.
Maybe they don't know how to OCR.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm going to go with that. I like that. No OCR ability. That's good.
Well, that is Sebi, and he does have some issues with the OCR.
All his numbers just had white out next to him. That's what it was. Just white out. But in all seriousness, the winner of the Fred T. Hunt Memorial Trophy goes to
Army of One from Binghamton.
Which, to be fair, he had 10 hits. So
yes, he did have 10 hits, but he also had less penalty minutes than Sebi. And he also had produced offensively at a higher level. So that's what kind of put him over the top.
Fantastic. Rush, we're never going to get that award.
We are not.
Because you're a jerk. I'm a jerk.
We're jerks, and we have the tendency to grab the undeserved 5-minute major every now and then.
I just get tired of people doing the hold out your stick to the side and stand still thing. I just want to smash them into a board.
Yeah.
I can't be faulted for that, right?
No, and that's what's going to be great about next gen or current gen is that we can put these clips up and say, look, I'm not the jerk. He was the jerk. Look how he's holding his stick,
It's true. I agree with you completely.
We'll have the evidence that we weren't being jerks. We were,
Tiddus, I got to ask you from the league staff perspective, an outstanding player who is also not a jerk but does really well on the ice. Binghamton taking home 3 of 4 nominees, and then the winner has to say something to their class, I'd imagine.
Yeah, Binghamton was a really, what's the word I want to use? Quiet team all season. Even though Sebi didn't win the award, he kind of sets the tone as a GM. And you kind of see that. I mean, 3 out of the 4 nominees from one team. That really goes a lot to the style of play that he wanted to try to do while still having a very good team. And, going to the other side of it, Sebi can be a little feisty at times in PMs when he's fighting for his team. But, he's pretty good on the forums as well. And, from a staff perspective, not a lot of issues or anything like that. So, I can really get behind someone from Binghamton winning that award.
And I like having that perspective, having not seeing that side of things from a director's standpoint. I don't get to see how it looks behind the stage, but quiet is good, at least in the LGHL, that's for sure. Last award here, Leafy. We're rounding out the evening tonight. I'm going to butcher this one. The Louis A.R. Pierre Memorial Award is awarded to the most outstanding GM during the regular season. What was your criteria in coming up with the nominees here?
I mean, unfortunately, because this is an internet hockey league, it's really hard to come up with a nice criteria for this award. So, mainly team performance. Obviously, that shows what a good GM does. But, also just site conduct was kind of a factor. I mean, we don't want to pick, again, a jerk for most outstanding GM. But, I mean, that was really it.
See, you go straight to Dank. I was thinking Torn Time, but...
Oh, there you go, too. I can do that. Torn Time, okay. Dank, yes.
Well, guys that survived to the end of the season.
Fair enough. All right, so the nominees are...
Mr. Perfect from Norfolk, The Angry Nachos from Springfield, Smitter from Hartford, and Prousey from Syracuse.
And the winner of the Louis A.R. Pierre Memorial Award goes to...
Mr. Perfect.
I can't be surprised by that, Tiddus. Your guy taking home the call there and just going on a tear late into the season. It was unreal.
Well, towards the end of the season, his game kind of picked up. We got partnered back together again, so I put him in my backpack.
Did you? Did you do that?
Yeah. I mean, he and I go way back. We actually live really close to each other, too. So, unfortunately, he likes to text me a lot. But
at night, in bed?
Yes. Not in bed, but he likes to wake the girls up. So, we got some issues there. But, I'm going to congratulate him under protest for this because I feel like Cronksy did all the hard work. But, Mr. Perfect here is going to get all the glory.
That's how it always works, right?
Yeah, but in all seriousness, he definitely deserves it. They, both him and Cronksy put together a really, really good team, and it was a lot of fun. And he's actually the reason that I initially signed up for AHL bidding last season and skipped. Yeah, because he and I were actually management somewhere else for a couple of seasons, and we've just been really good friends ever since. And he asked me to, so the opportunity to play with your friends, because that's what our leagues are all about. And when it really comes down to it, is having fun while you're trying to win. So this past season, we had a lot of fun, and we were able to win. So it's kind of everything with that. For
sure. For what it's worth, Rush, if there was an AGM Outstanding Award, I would give it to you.
Oh, well, thank you.
It's just, I know you want an award. I do, too. I want to get the award for giving you an award.
I was
what, Penguin? I think there is something in there. I'll go ahead and make that happen.
Thanks, Tiddus. I got a bone to pick. When the other league shut down, I got an award right before they shut down, and it never carried over. I was very upset about this.
I have a bunch of awards sitting over there as well.
It's not cool. Well, I only got one. It was media award for being awesome at media things because that's what I do. And I just never got to keep it. No one else has given me the award since, so I'm kind of upset about this.
Well, you know what? I'm going to go look right now, and I will make an award for you.
You're the best.
And I will give it to you, but you got to give it back to me because I had that same award over there, too.
Is that like the charity award check that you get cut? Like, here's the $50,000 award to this person. They have to, and then here's a picture of you handing the check back to the company.
Yeah, pretty much, you know.
Damn it.
I mean, we're going to have to talk to the wizard Triss on this and, see what we can work out.
And then Leafy should get an award for being the best AHL goalie after getting screwed over in the NHL. That's what I'm going to go with.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I was pretty outstanding.
You were pretty outstanding. You definitely outstood on your head most of the time for us.
Kept us in a lot of low-scoring games.
That's true. A lot of low-scoring games. So true. Anyway.
Wait. I'm catching a contradiction here. How can Penguin and low-scoring games go in the same sentence?
Oh,
because he had Rush as his partner.
That's right. That's how that happened.
Okay. All right. See, now it's making more sense.
Captain Cohen over here. Hey, where are you at in the NHL, Rush? What team are you on?
Free agent.
Oh, gotcha. Just making sure. Just checking, bud.
We'll see how you do without me there to carry you.
I'll get sent down in week 1. I can see it happening right now. I'll be right back with you in Rockford. I can't wait.
I hope they team you with Sean.
I will not play under protest. I'll let my son play. That's what I'm going to
Hey, you could have taken my route. You know, I'm going to be the guy, that jerk holding the stick out this season because I went restricted free agent and switched to center.
Oh, you bastard. I hate
that.
And Tiddus is going to be the best 500K center there is.
That's right.
I believe that entirely. All right.
Somebody was dumb enough to put 500K on me.
Someone. God bless them. Many thanks, though, Tiddus, for staying up late with the kids. I know that's a lot for you, so thanks for making some time to join us this evening.
Hey, it's my pleasure. I kind of missed doing this stuff, so we're definitely going to have to stay on top of this.
I'm thinking
moving forward.
I'm thinking Podcast Fridays returns with Tiddus.
You know, we talked about it last season, and then things kind of got hectic with both of us having pregnant wives. So
it sucks.
Yes. You know, I mean, you understand it completely. That whole hormonal thing just really kicks in, and you're screwed at that point.
It's crazy.
Tell me about it.
But we should do. Yeah, Rush's wife is pregnant with a third kid.
Oh man, you're nuts. Seriously, I'm done at 2.
Done it too. That's where I'm at. I'm tapping out at 2 as well. 2 boys. I got Sedines over here. 2 401k retirement packages. That's what I'm looking at it like. Sid, you'll never know what this is like.
Getting my own little Leafy in October. So
getting your own little Leafy.
My own little girl to raise.
I think there's only one Leafy, and
there is only one Leafy.
The world can't handle 2.
You know, my 2 girls now have another sister. So as the staff likes to call me Dad.
You got 2 dads. Can I get a dad? There's always 2.
Well, for me, you're Gramps, but for everyone else, you're Dad.
Yeah, fair enough. Many thanks to Rush for joining us for some color commentary tonight. I like roping you into these projects, Rush.
Hey, man, I love it.
That's what it is. And, of course, for Leafy, for not only organizing this, but then reminding me that I need to do an awards show, and then following up with everybody on all of it. So I can't thank you enough for putting it all together. It's kind of, you carried us again. This is like the status quo for you.
Oh, absolutely. I actually had a lot of fun with this. I'm glad I volunteered for it.
It's a good time. I want to make one note before we sign off for the evening.
Actually, Penguin, can I jump in real quick?
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Yeah.
From, the commissioner's perspective, I just want to thank everybody for all the hard work that they put in with this. From Leafy organizing everything to you being willing to do this show and everything that you do on the media side. And, to Rush for being drug into it as well. But also, I know I made a post about it. This past season was a really, really good season all across the AHL. And I hope everybody had as much fun as I did playing. And I can't thank the community enough for everything that they do and that they contribute. It may not seem like it, but the fact that you commit an hour for 3 games a week for some people that's a lot. And the community and everything that you guys do is what makes it worthwhile. It's what makes me want to keep coming back as staff to make this the best place for each of you to play and have fun while you're doing it.
I like that. I want to cry now. Give you a hug. Give you a naked man hug.
It is Father's Day coming up.
It is Father's Day.
Yes. Rush, you want to go ahead and handle that for me, please?
Would you want me to intercept the naked hug?
Yes.
He already does that. But in all seriousness, thank you, Tiddus, for being staff. And if anyone out there is interested in contributing more time to staff and media related things, we need people for season 21 of League Gaming. So please contact me or Rush, who is probably going to be the AHL media liaison before I tell him that he is. So
I like it. Now I know who to hold accountable when there's no media.
Rushpac. I will say this.
All right, expect PMs daily.
I will say this, though, real quick. We did have some people that just fell off the wayside. Last season, I get it. Previous gen game, and you don't want to do as much, but you said you did and then you didn't, so those people will be blacklisted and not welcome back to contribute to media in the future. The people who do decide to step up and contribute not only last season but this season for the summer season will actually be rewarded handsomely once we move into current gen, and I want to make that as an incentive. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but you will be taken care of from the staff side of things as part of League Gaming. So if you're interested, please contact out and reach out to me, Rush, or even Tiddus. He'll put you in touch with the right people. We definitely need some help, and we need at least like 1 or 2 good people in each league, and with your help we can make this league fun, and this short summer season can be a blast with content, because we're so close to all the new features that is current gen League Gaming, but we still have 1 more season left on the 360, and let's make it the best one we can be. So on behalf of the entire staff for League Gaming, I am F5 Penguin. Anyone else want to chime in with their names? It's cool, no order is needed.
I'm Leafy.
I'm Rush.
Well, then I guess I'm Tiddus.
You are Tiddus, and we will see you guys at the kickoff of bidding here. And this, when this is get posted, it's during bidding. So good luck in bidding, and we will see you in the next award show / episode / podcast / thing. Until then, take care.